Hello! Good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing? I left a bag underneath my desk. What was I thinking? What's going on, everybody? Wow, we got a busy evening tonight. Let me come over here. I think we're what are we at? It looks like we're currently at 10 people hanging out. That thing did an update, but no big deal. Let's turn this down, adjust that. What was I even thinking? This stuff is all over the place. Who do we got? We got Ironweeds, we got Robert, we got Ben, we got Bops, we got Music to Motion, Blades is here, Thomas is here, John Edgar's here. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for coming and hanging out on this lovely Friday evening. It was a nice day today, at least here in Jersey it was. You guys have been going on for a while. Ken Moss is here as well, so is Kyle. I'm just seeing who's here. We're breaking rules tonight. We're breaking all the rules. No parents, no rules. That's how it works. That's how the entire world works. So you guys may have seen in the chat a few minutes before we got started. Actually, the stream had started. I just wasn't here yet. I said, what are some known rules or guidelines that you want to break tonight? That's what we're doing. It's like, here's a plugin. It's built for vocals, but we're going to use it on drums, or we're going to use it on bass guitar. Like, we're going to do stuff like that. We're going to break, like, oh, you should really be gentle with your compression. No, we're going to go crazy. We're going to slam the thing and make it sound good. Like, there's guidelines. There's gentle rules, but they're just to get you going, especially when you're starting out. Yes, it helps you out, but eventually you got to break that mold. Uh-oh, my friend just went live over on Twitch. My friend Sierra just went live. Hi, Sierra. So I said it in the chat. Excuse me. Music to Motion started it off. He said gain staging. Yeah. There's been a lot of videos out there. We're not going to go too deep into gain staging. I think I'm going to do my own version of gain staging. But when we're in the digital world, if we're only talking in the box, when you go analog, it's different. But if we're only talking in the box, let's immediately break a rule. You can push stuff as hard as you want. You can pin things red all across the board. It's when you change to the analog world, that's when things get weird. That's when things can break. But if you're still in the digital world, if everything's still in the machine, and you mix tool, and you mix tool, and you gain up, and you gain up, if you know that amount, you can just put a whole bunch of negative of the same amount, and you'll get the same mix. My buddy Bobby Balo over on Raytown Productions, on his channel, just put out an awesome one where he crashed Cubase because he did 1,000 dB of gain addition and then 1,000 dB of gain reduction on a single stereo file. And he just went to basically the Cubase is the equivalent of the mix tool, and that one goes up 24 dB. And in the Cubase plugin stack, you can put like 20 or 30 different plugins, and so he just maxed it out, and then he busted it out, then he did it again, and he busted it, and like he basically did 1,000 dB, and then he started busting it again, and just did negative 1,000. Mix sound exactly the same. Not a lick of difference. Gain staging in the digital world basically doesn't exist. Is really what it comes down to. It's when you leave the digital world, that's where things can get a little weird. Sure, there's plugin emulations out there that are based on analog hardware where it's like, oh yeah, you have to drive it just right, or it's going to get too saturated. You can turn things up and down in the digital world. It doesn't really matter that much. But that's so much. Let's do some other rules and guidelines we're going to break tonight. Top-down mixing. It's a guideline. Should you be doing it? Yeah, maybe. What is it? It's basically, get like a fader balance and pan balance, basically. And then you start putting all your plugins on, like, your mix bus. And you're like, well, if I know my whole mix is going to be, I need it to be brighter and stuff like that, I'll throw an EQ on the mix bus. This is top-down mixing. So I'm going to make everything brighter on the mix bus. But the drums need a little compression. And so I'm going to go to my drum bus and put a little compression on those. And you start working your way from the big picture where it's like the stereo image or the stereo track, and then all your sub buses, and then all your channels. So top-down, everything, you know, if your master out or your mix bus is the top, underneath that are your subgroups. Underneath that are all your channels. That's top-down mixing. Do you have to do it that way? No, you can start a mix and just put stuff onto the channels and go from there. And then at the end, you can throw a bus compression on your main mix. Of course you can. Let's break that rule. Get that out of here. As long as you don't destroy everything and you dial it in, of course you can do this. Robert Atkins says, the loudness war. The loudness war is dynamics in released music. Essentially, the long and the short of it was that the loudness war was, you know, through the early 2000s, things kept getting louder and louder and louder and louder and louder because they got digital limiters. Actually, Ian Shepherd had an awesome video and podcast about this. Things just get louder and louder and louder and louder because louder is better. So much so that, like, everybody knows the Metallica record that came out, and it was just squashed. Everything was crushed, and it sounded terrible. So the loudness war has reduced. People still want things loud, and now there's all the confusion of, like, everything should be minus 14 LUFS because that's what the streaming platforms want. Don't do that either. So that's that. That's not really breaking the rule yet, but, you know, breaking all the rules of EQ, being subtle. It's about making it all sound good, not being careful to not break the rules. Exactly. If you need to add 15 dB of 60 hertz on your kick drum to really make it slam, then add 15 dB. Do it. If it sounds good, the only thing that matters is what comes out of the speakers. How you get there is how you get there. It's what you listen to. When you play it for the client and they listen to it, if they're not instantly impressed, let's see, music emotion. All mix bus channels must be yellow. Ha, no kidding. Never break that one. You can, because you can just kind of duck it down. Or if it's still in the green and it's not like loud enough, but you want to master it, just gain it up digitally. You can do that. Let's see. First off, I want to thank you, Robert Atkins. You're very welcome. I managed to get my E-kit mapped correctly. Yes! Robert Atkins doing E-drums. We did that, I think it was last week. We were having fun. We were just being silly on the E-drums last week. Oh, my chat jumped all the way down. I'm trying to catch up with all of your favorite rules that we're going to break. So Robert Atkins, I'm thrilled to hear that. Ironweeds is here. What's going on, bud? Boo, boo, boo. Ben Robinson, welcome. Bill Shepard's here. What's up, Bill? Harley's here. John Edgar. the wife's here. Everybody say hi to Maria. Chappie's hanging out. Go big or go home. I always have to say thank you for letting Tim come out and play on Friday evenings. Yes. It's okay. She's watching documentaries tonight. She's having a blast. Bob Studios, screw limiters, run in the red, do it. A little. But you can use limiters that are not only on your mix bus. We could do that today too. Because why not? Throw a limiter on your drum bus. Like, put it where you want, on your guitars, we're going to get into it. Don't drink and mix. Just kidding. Not a good idea. Grapefruit seltzer. It's okay. Unless I spill it. That would be bad. Billy Morgan's here. What's going on, Billy? 64-bit internal processing allows massive gain increases. Yes. Yet retains the waveform. Yes. No clipping when you bring the level back down. Exactly. Even still at 32-bit, there is so much headroom in a computer. You can just turn stuff up for days and days and days and then turn it back down again. So there's really not as much to worry about. Even if you're working in 24-bit, there's still a lot of headroom. But if you just turn it down, it's the same. It'll all be fine. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Smash Studios, breaking the law. Secretary, Holiers, Guten Abend. Guten Abend, Secret. Thanks for another awesome learning opportunity. Yes, Secret, it's going to be fun. Allowing the drum bus to clip slightly, or putting a clipper on your drum bus. Also fun, we could do that. Ziggy's here. What's up, Ziggy? I still master for best quality. I don't target streaming suggestions. No, nobody should, in my opinion. Make it sound good. Master it so that it sounds good. And then if it gets turned down at Spotify, whatever, it's fine. If it sounds good, it is good. Exactly. Bobby's here. What's up, Bobby? Let's see. I mean, color of the mix bus. I figured. Took me a little bit, though. Hello, Ben Robinson. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Let's see what else we got going on. What rules? Exactly, Bobby. There's no rules. Do the stuff. It's the suggestions and the guidelines. We're breaking them anyway. Let's see. Love documentary, says John Edgar. Yes, exactly. Judas Priest was the immediate thought. John Lake, rules. We don't need no stinking. But it's all about the crime docs. All right. I think John Lake realized his message may have had a typo in it. Okay. So let's get into some of these things and let's break some rules. So the first one that I think of is when you're starting out, especially when you're starting out, is compression. They're like, go easy. Just do 1 to 3 dB max. Like, be gentle. Well, yeah, you can. But maybe that's not the sound you need. Maybe you have an ultra dynamic singer and you need to tame them. Maybe you want to push your compressor really hard to get it to saturate. So let's get into it. Let's go into our lead vocals. Okay, before we get into throwing plugins in and stuff that's not meant for the thing, I want to break the law with my Apollo Twin, but I don't think I have my IO and S1 to the Apollo and back correct. Chappie, interesting. Chappie, send me an email because I also have an Apollo. I got an Apollo Twin, so let me know. Maybe I can help you out, okay? Yes, music emotion you did for your wife singing because she's extraordinarily dynamic. So look at the vocals we have going on in this song. I'm gonna play what I have so far, which really is just a fader balance minus this yellow track because I forgot it. I'm not gonna lie. This song is from the band. There it is. Whoop. As We Are. And the song is called Loser. This is available if you guys want to practice with this song as well. This is available on the Cambridge MT site. Multi-tracks for you guys to practice on. I think this one's fun. It's going to change things up a little because we haven't played with this one. So we're going to do it. Let me check my speakers in here. Make sure they're not going to wake the kids, which they're not. And my buddy Brandon just messaged me. I don't know if you guys picked up there was a sale going on. Oak Sound, Soothe 2, and Spiff were on sale. I picked up Soothe 2, which we're going to get into that some other time. But he just picked up Spiff, or a trial for it, and I think he's going to get it soon. So here's this song, just fader balance, and then we're going to start breaking some rules. It's right at the beginning. Here we go. Yeah, fooled you.
So you have no time to spend with things so fun. To know if I can find a way. Push me out of this way. Take me out, say I'm fine. I can't fake it till I die.
All right, so that's where we are so far. It's a rough fader, a rough fader balance, but you can hear these vocals are really dynamic. They're all over the place. Not really like in a bad way, but these vocals are kind of all over the place. And let's start off with just this lead vocal. I'm going to fast forward a little.
Do you know if I can find a way? Push me out. Do you know if I can find a way to tell you that I'm not okay? Push me out of this wave, 'cause I am digging on my grave. Take I'm a loser, 'cause I'm a loser like a bruiser. There's no way, it's too late. There's nothing more, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I can't lose another time. I'll leave it all behind. You better not do bad against me. You better put your ass up on the ring. Cause I'm a loser like a bruiser. There's no way.
You guys couldn't hear me. I forgot to solo isolate myself. Thank you, Music to Motion, for calling it out and sending me a direct message. I am silly. Listen to these vocals. They were very dynamic at the back end here. We already went through it, but like, listen to what he's doing. I know. I'm sorry. I'm back. I forgot to do the solo isolate. I made a mistake. Listen to these vocals.
You better not do bad against me. You better put your ass up on the ring.
So we were getting around minus 10 dB of gain reduction.
Or I can't lose another time. I'll leave it all behind. You better not do bad against me. You better put your ass up on the ring.
Okay. Let's drive it real hard. Let's push this way up. I'm gonna turn it down. And now look at how much gain reduction we're gonna get. I thought I went deaf from mixing too loud. No. I did a dumb. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Okay, ready? We're breaking the rules. We're doing way too much. We're really gonna drive this in. Break the rule. Compress the heck out of this thing.
There's nothing more, what are you waiting for? I can't lose another time. I'll leave it all behind. You better not do bad against me. You better put your ass up on the ring. There's nothing more, what are you waiting for? I can't lose another time. I'll leave it all behind. You better not do bad against me. You better put your ass up on the ring.
20 dB of gain reduction. Because why not? Why not? Let's do it again.
There's nothing more, what are you waiting for? I can't lose another time. I'll leave it all behind. You better not do bad against me. You better put your ass up on the ring.
Yes! If this is what the vocal needs to sit in the mix, and we take it out of solo.
There's nothing more, what are you waiting for? I can't lose another time. I'll leave it all behind.
That lead vocal is really pushing like super forward now. And we're going to cheat. We're going to take this same settings. We're going to slam everything. And we're just going to copy it to all of these. All of them. Same exact settings. Dig, 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 dig. We are compressing the crap out of these vocals now. Same part.
There's nothing more, what are you waiting for? I can't lose another time. I leave it all behind. You better not too bad against me. You better put your ass up on the ring.
Background vocals slammed as well. Let's just these chants. Let's find the same exact spot where we just were. We were right here.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Consistent, right where you need them.
Whoa, whoa. Not a time. Bad against me. You better put your ass up on the ring. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Okay, so easily we have those background vocals, the chants slammed into position, but now everything is exactly where you need it to sit in the mix. Breaking the rules. We're not doing gentle compression here. We're doing crazy compression on a channel level. And then this is all going to a mix bus compression as well.
I can't lose another time. I leave it all behind. You better not too bad against me. You better put your ass up on the ring. Whoa.
Rule. Broken. Immediately broken. We're crushing these vocals, but they're really forward now. And you can even follow this up with the classic, let's just go also with the CLA version, the CLA 2A. We can do some more compression with this thing too. Let's just bring how much compression down and the gain down a bit. And we'll kind of we'll earball this one in. We're gonna do it on the lead vocals again.
'Cause I'm a loser like a bruiser. There's no way. There's no.
Hang on.
'Cause I'm a loser like a bruiser. There's no way. There's nothing more. What are you waiting for?
Now we can go a little gentle because we know all of our peaks are in the same spot, so we can kind of just breathe a little with another compressor.
'Cause I'm a loser like a bruiser. There's no way.
See how much it's moving at the beginning because he's so dynamic? If we move to the end.
You better not too bad against me. You better put your ass up on the ring.
Bring him back up to sit where he was.
You better not too bad against me. You better put your ass up on the ring. Whoa.
More compression. We're doing 20 dB with an 1176, and then we're following it up with more compression in an LA2A kind of thing. Here we go.
You better not too bad against me. You better put your ass up on the ring. Whoa.
And when you stack compressors like this, it actually multiplies how much compression is happening. It doesn't add, it actually multiplies. So if we're doing another 2 dB of gain reduction here after the 20, it might be closer to like 30 or 40 dB of gain reduction. And then we have mix bus compression. There's a lot of compression going on, but we're breaking the rules because sometimes you have to in order for things to sound good. Let's make more things sound good. Ready? We're going to break another rule. I'm going to use this plugin. It's called the Amplified Instrument Processor. It is built for things like electric guitars. I'm going to put it on my kick drum. Because it's still a plugin. It still has, it's a channel strip. It has EQ, it has filters, it has a VCA compressor, it has saturation going on. It's a mono channel, so I'm just going to slam it to mono. And there's so much that's happening in here. It's just a channel strip, but it's built for guitars because of some things that are built into here, which kind of dictate for guitars. Music to motion, you just proved my point about dynamic vocals and serial compression that JG disagreed with me about. I know I was right in my case. Sometimes you need to do it. You really do. I'm scrolling up because everybody's screaming at me that you couldn't hear me. I hear you. That because I did a dumb. But thank you, Music to Motion. He reached out to me directly. Everybody's making fun of me, and that's fine. I deserve it. But here, this is the Korn F Audio Amplified Instrument Processor on my kick drum, because that's what I need. You know what I need? I need that kick drum, which is this, to actually have some more. So I'm going to go back towards the beginning of the song. Okay, we're breaking multiple rules here. Look at what we're doing. Plus 16 dB at 60 hertz. Minus 12 dB at, what was that? It was like 400 something. It's 350. Minus 12. These are not subtle moves. These are huge moves, but it doesn't have to be subtle. Here's another one. Plus 13 dB up at, what was this? 3.5K. We can even roll off some low end on a kick drum. I rolled off everything below 2K. And then take some of the top end off because I don't need that on a kick drum. I'll turn this on. You know, we're doing so much here. It needs a little extra help too because it's still ringing a bit, but that's fine. I'm using a guitar plugin on drums. The thing is built for guitars. It's called the Amplified Instrument Processor, and I'm using it on my drums. I could do the same thing on my snare drum.
Do you know if I can find a way to tell you that I'm not okay? Push me out of this.
There we go. Now I have a little bit more presence in my kick. Probably needs a little extra help, but that's fine. Let's do even more nonsensical stuff. Also, all of these guitars, I think I want to highlight this. I think it's pretty cool. All of these guitars came in as DIs. So I just threw Ampire on them, dialed a couple things real quick, and that's how we have our main guitar sound, because otherwise it would be this. What do we got from Segment? This is probably the newbies of a noob questions, but here goes. I hear people talk about rendering audio in place. Will that add audio effects applied to the channel pre-recorded audio? I hear people talk about rendering audio in place. That basically means it's transforming your audio, which I think Gregor released a video today talking about in Studio One how you can transform your audio. So, for these guitars, if I really wanted, let's go back into it real quick. They're all files and everything, and I have them all selected right now. I don't want to do all of them because I don't want it to mute my mic again. So I'm just going to do this one. But I have Empire on here, and that's this guitar. Oh my goodness, sorry. So this intro guitar is slightly different. So if I want to render or, rendering audio in place, right click, transform to rendered audio. Right? I have a keyboard shortcut on the Mac, which is Option and B. So if I do that, I'm just going to use my keyboard shortcut, which you guys are not seeing because I forgot to turn my keyboard shortcuts on. You get this menu. Preserve real-time state. That's the state that it is currently in with the plugin. So yes, if you want to be able to revert back and make changes, you want this. Auto tail, max length 2 seconds. If there's like a reverb or something, and you have that on there, it'll automatically add extra time at the end. So yes, it looks like it comes out real low, but now my plugin is gone, but listen to it. Oh, I am just clunking the hell out of this thing today. Now I've saved some processing power because I've rendered this audio with my amp sim on it. And now I don't have to use processing power for the amp sim. I can always go back, transform to real-time audio. Boop, back to where it was. Plugin's back, exactly the way it was. Everything's back to the way it was. Okay, so we're breaking more rules. We're gonna go to our main guitars here. And we're just gonna come out of it.
'Cause I have no time to spend with fears of mine.
Let's break another rule. Ready? Hang on, I gotta search for this plugin. I know the perfect plugin to use right now. From Joey Sturgis, where are ya? Where is my... Oh my goodness, where's my Howard Benson vocals? Oh, did maybe I have to reinstall it. Oh. Oh no. Hang on. Maybe I accidentally hit it because it's only in some other kind of version. So I am going to find my plugin manager real quick. And I'm just going to search for Howard Benson vocals. Yep, that's exactly what it was. It's an audio unit. That's what I thought. So there we go. Howard Benson vocals. This plugin is built for vocals. Let's put it on the guitar. Secret, you're very welcome. You like I like Art Tube on DI. So yeah, we're breaking another rule because these are all, well, let's look. Just presets from Howard Benson, vocals, effects, Gemini Twins, keys. He did this on keys, but we're going to use this plugin, which is clearly made for vocals. But look at this, rhythm guitar. Thank you, Mike Plotnikoff. Let's just bypass this real quick. We're going to solo this track out. Rhythm guitars from a vocal plugin. We're in bypass still. There you go. What's up? Please, I've used the red light on lead vocals on hard rock songs. Yes, you can saturate vocals. Why not? You can break the rules. There are no rules. They're guidelines. Break them. Break 'em. Okay, don't mind that output jump. We're just gonna roll that back down. More down.
Take me out, state of mind. I can't fake it till I die. This is the soundtrack of my life.
You can use a vocal plugin, which really is, again, it's another channel strip for its EQ section, and there's a compressor in here on a distorted guitar. Let's do that again too, and turn the output down. Little de-essing on guitar, because why not? Put some reverb from here. Yeah. Listen to that. Turn that down. Let's do some echo. Yup, that's some echo and delay right there. Mono low end, stereo width. It's on a mono source and it's already panned all the way to the left, so this isn't really going to do much. Multiplying. So many things you could do. Just break the rules, because all of these different tools are built on similar kinds of tools. Like they're all based in something. Is it EQ? Because they all kind of work the same. Like, there's slight differences between a bunch of them, but they're EQs. Is it a compressor? Let it be a compressor. Let it compress the thing you want it to compress. It's got reverbs and delays and all that other stuff. John Edgar goes, what about breaking rules when exclusively using VST instruments for compositions? John Edgar, stack your libraries. You don't have to be in one. If you're working with VST libraries, let's say for like strings, because why not? Maybe you like the Presonus ones. The ones that they have that you can get with your Presonus Sphere membership are actually pretty nice. I've used them on a few different things. You can use those with other instrument libraries because they have different instruments that, one, they have different instruments that were recorded at the time of sampling. Two, they were recorded with different microphones in different rooms. Three, they have just different characteristics. They were processed different to get them into the box. So you can use it almost like EQ. You can stack your libraries. You don't have to use just one. Pirates' code must never be broken. They're more like guidelines than actual rules. Do you like pirate stories, Miss Swan? Not Swan. Turner, Miss Turner. Because you're in one now. Guitar sounds good, almost Brit. Vocals, yep, look at all this. Darren, what's up, Darren? I'm just catching up with everyone. De-esser on acoustic or anything in that range? Yeah, why not? De-esser on overheads. Let's do that. A de-esser gets rid of your S sounds. Let's go to our overheads and our drums. Maybe not that part of the song. Let's fast forward to where there's actual cymbals. So it's clearly we're doing too much now. Let's listen to what we're getting rid of. And this is everything above 5.5K. That's 5.5K, that's our target frequency, and it's literally everything above that. And this is too much now. Very subtle, but it's getting rid of some of that really super brittle top and just smoothing it out a bit. I forgot to do that. Target frequency, 5.5K. Sidechain, which is like how the filter is working, it's a low pass, or excuse me, a high pass filter. It's not a band pass, like if it was like this. And then the audio is split to feed it. So we're only doing this much. Like this is what we're affecting, and you're only listening to that. Maybe you want to use a de-esser, and you only want to do that washy mid-range. What was that? What was that? Super chat from Raul. Thank you, Raul, for the super chat. This is definitely a fun segment. Got in late, but I will watch from the beginning tomorrow. I'm living the weekly program. That's fine, Raul. Again, thank you so much. Hang on, I want to rewind a little. I think that in those hi-hats, it's like that mid-range like that. I don't like when I'm trying to use this to get rid of it, but de-essers are built for the high end. So really, we're just compressing the top end with this sidechain, with this de-esser. Not a bad thing to do. I was just talking about this before. I'm going to bypass that. But Soothe is great for overheads. It's a resonant frequency, like it just does dynamic dips. These examples are why I absolutely love Soothe. Ta-da! There it is. Here's Soothe. I just got it. Listen, I'm just on default settings. Oops. Overheads. No, you. I'm still listening. I'm still learning this thing. That. I really want to tame that. So I'm going to stop listening. It's probably working kind of hard, but I can turn the depth down. It's great. It's Like soothe is supposed to get rid of your harsh frequencies, but you can throw it on your overheads. You can throw it on your room too. Again, look at all it's doing up here in the 3.5 and 5.5 range. Let's go hard. So good. I'm going to play with that plugin so much. I'm just going to turn it off for now. But what are some other rules that you guys want to break? I'm going to catch up with you guys real quick. And I'm going to go over to here. But what have we already done? We've already crushed compression, that you can go crazy with compression. You can. If it makes it sound good, absolutely go for it. Oh, we were going to do limiters that are not on your main track for like mastering. What? Let's do that right now. Ready? We'll go to our drums. We're just going to throw a limiter, and I'm going to go with the classic, the L1. Classic limiter. Classic. Also, I haven't been saying this. If you guys want to get into conversations like this more often, join the Discord. Link in the description below. But limiters don't have to just be on your final mix to make it loud to send it out. Like, that doesn't have to be what you do. I have it on my drums, all of my drums right now. Let's even just solo them out. Limit it like crazy to get crazy distortion. And now we're just doing peak limiting. And then what we can really do is now blend our drums, which have been kind of set in their place, into the mix. Let's do another one. Ready? Vocals. Background vocals. Same exact thing. L1. Why not? Auto release. As we were doing it, we threw the limiter on our guitars. We threw limiters on all of our buses so far to pin them into place, put them where we need to in the context of everything else, and just alter how things are. They're sitting exactly where I want them to sit, and everything we're doing here is pre-fader. So now I can go in and I can do my automation on my buses to be like, you know what? Yes, this is the general space where I want this to live, or the general volume where I want this to live, but I can ride it up and down with my automation and still have life in this song. It doesn't just have to be this brick wall limiter thing on all of our buses. We can still move all of these volumes and push things and pull things and give that life back into the song in a way that it never originally had. Brian King is here. What's going on, Brian? Let's see. I'm kind of rewinding. I'm going back to where Music to Motion was talking about Soothe. We already did that. He's been wanting to use that plugin Soothe. Yes, I bought it. I need an excuse to use it. I think Sue should just give me a free copy. Bops, what are you talking about? Yes, that's essentially what Sooth does, Robert. It does kind of analyze and finds those resonant frequencies and kind of ducks those out. I try to join the Midnight Bar. Music to Motion, I hope you've been adding the link for the Midnight Bar. You can go ahead and put that in right now if you haven't already. Bob Studios hates limiters. What do you think on using them on the buses? Gates, you like Gates, yeah. Mika's here. What's up, Mika? A rule break, no stairway. Yeah, no. Of course, it's a little stairway, just not in Guitar Center or in Wayne's World. I think mixing top down is a backwards approach. Okay, well, we've done a bunch of things here. So let's talk about that real quick. Mixing top down is a backwards approach. It can be, it might not be. Right now, all we've been doing is we have a little mix bus compression going on. And I set this earlier when it was just a fader and pan balance, and now we've done some stuff. So let's see how hard it's working now. So it's working a little harder, but let's keep going. Bus compression doesn't have to be just a little bit. Let's go crazy. Still not bad. A little squeeze. We can kind of let up a little. Okay. There we go. We've pushed our bus compression a little bit further. We're later on in our mix. After we've already done some stuff, let's do even more. We'll do another classic trick, which is the Pultec. That one, I think it is. I can never remember. Here's a classic rule to break. Ready? In the manual for a Pultec EQ, it says do not boost and attenuate at the same time. And immediately, engineers from when the Pultecs were around in every studio, which they still are, they started doing it. They broke the rules that are in the manual. Mika, that's only because we've already done that. Mika, you joined a little bit late. These are our guitars. Oh, get out of here, you. These are our guitars at the very beginning. Hang on, I'm just going to bypass everything. These are our guitars, Mika. They're just DIs. They went through on Empire. That doesn't help that one. Let's EQ on a bus. This is kind of top-down mixing. I'm EQing my guitar bus. Starting to get a little loud in the room. Put an EQ after a limiter. Why not? We're breaking the rules. Ready? I'm gonna break the biggest rule of all. I want you guys to see something. This one right here. This is my mix bus. It's currently at 0. Ready? Oh no! He moved his master fader! Wait. Brilliant thing. Mix bus. Master fader. All the way up. Mix tool on my output. -10. Digital gain staging. It's louder going to you guys, so let me fix that. Mix tool over here. I'm quieter now, I understand. Putting mix tool back in. Things are kind of hitting you guys a little hard, so I'm going to go -2 dB. Just for you guys, because I think it's clipping to you guys. And it's also because of this. No, he did serial compression on his mix bus. Ooh. The mix police are going to come get me any minute now. Ooh, spooky. You can hear the fans going. Yeah, the fans might be going a little crazy right now. It's because of all the gain staging. What else? Isn't there an Ozzy song called "Breaking All the Rules"? There might be, Robert. I don't remember. Let's see, Bops. It is so tight, but it is cool. I think the width is getting too tight. Okay, ready? Let's do this again. What am I even typing? Remember that one from before? Howard Benson vocals? Let's add some width with that. We're going to turn some of these other things off. I just want width. And turn some of these other things off. And let's add some width. We're going to keep our mono low end. But it's on our mix bus. Ah! A vocal plugin on the mix bus. Sorry, Officer Ironweeds. I swear, I left my mix papers in my other pants. Let's widen things out.
This is the soundtrack of my life. I cannot believe it's a all I have to do is can't pretend if it's alright, 'cause I never object to spend with.
So that loses a lot of our guitars, but that's fine.
This is the soundtrack of my life. I cannot believe it's alright.
Using the limiter in here. Woo!
This is the soundtrack of my life. I cannot believe it's alright. All I have to do is can't pretend if it's alright, 'cause I never object to spend with peace of mind. Hell yeah! You wanna let me down, don't tell me your lies. Oh my god, I can't believe.
Sure, I could use the EQ on there. We're doing stuff. We're just having fun. We're breaking rules. Bob says it's better because we use a vocal plugin on our mix bus. Do guitars do? Sure, you want the guitars louder? Or wider? Let's just grab this guy and put him over here. We'll take him off the mix bus for now.
This is the soundtrack of my life. I cannot believe it's alright.
So the mono low end goes a little higher than I want, and you can't see it, but the mono low end on this goes a little higher than I want. We're breaking rules. Make them nasty. All right, you want them nasty? You want these guitars nasty? We're doing stuff. I don't know why I keep doing that. Send me a check. Exactly. We're having fun. We're having fun mixing. We're doing things that are nonsensical. Nonsensical. And the swirl. Because why not? Ready? Let's break another rule. SSL. I'm going to go with the J. And let me hear what this one is. Cool. Top end. Plus 15. Immediate. Immediate. It's going to sound a little harsh on its own. But listen to how much more that cuts through now. I'm going to bypass it. Let's rewind it a little. I'm a loser, 'cause I'm a loser like a brute. And you lose it. Like, you hear it a little. I'm a loser, 'cause I'm a loser. I'm realizing now that you can't see it because it's underneath my head. But this is the one I'm working on right now. I'm a loser, 'cause I'm a... Yeah, not bad. I'm a loser, 'cause I'm a loser. A bit extreme. Set it in the mix. Bring it back down. I'm a loser, 'cause I'm a loser. There's some crazy low-end explosion that goes on here, plus a ton of information down there. I'm a loser, 'cause I'm a loser like a bruiser. Way too much, but it's exploding. That's exactly what it is. I want this to be off, so ratio all the way down. I'm a loser, 'cause I'm a loser like a bruiser. There's no way. Whoa. I am a loser, not no way. I cannot defeat it. Cool, now it cuts in. You just have to blend it into your mix now. I'm gonna get rid of that ton of low end. I am a loser, not no way. I cannot defeat it. There's plus 15 dB at, where were we? 8K. Plus 20 dB, excuse me. Plus 20 on our EQ for these swells. I am a loser, not no way. I realize it's probably slamming to you guys a bit, but it's fun. I'll turn these. I am a loser, not no way. It's a little quieter that way. I am a loser, not no way. Yeah, it gets a little loud. I'll just turn it down from there. I am a loser, not no way. Okay, fine. Ready? Mix bus. Oh no, he turned it down 2 dB. I am a loser, not no way. I cannot defeat it. We've got limiters on our drums. We've got limiters on our guitars. We've done nothing on our bass. Oddly enough. We could do more there if we really wanted to, but, you know, we'll break more rules on the bass. Exactly, Brian. We're having fun. We're going crazy with like, just, don't let what a plugin is designed for say that you can only use it on that. Don't say the guidelines for when you're starting out, you should always do always. Like very gentle compression. Maybe 2 compressors. Yes, sure. But why not have one compressor slam your vocals. That's exactly what we did. For anybody that joined late, that's exactly what we did on our lead vocals. Let's go to it. 1176. Oh, that's the end. Watch what it's doing over here. Well, towards the end, he's not really singing all that loud.
This is the soundtrack of my life. I am a loser, I know it. I cannot do it.
More than 10 dB of gain reduction on our lead vocal on one compressor. Vocoder on everything. Why not? Maybe not everything, but on our lead vocals. More photo. Also, I'm using a lot of Waves plugins. If you guys like any of the plugins or how crazy it's getting, there is a link in the description to get some Waves plugins with a little extra discount if you guys want. Yeah, let's see what this thing is even doing. Ready? Let's blend this in. Morph, carrier. I think that's the original.
Cause I'm a loser like a bruiser. There's no way. There's nothing more. What are you waiting for? I can't lose.
Oh, I know which one I like in here. I'm gonna load it up. Breathy. Breathy is great.
Cause I'm a loser like a bruiser. There's no way.
So just breathy. If I take the carrier out, adds this. If you've ever tried to do like the power whisper recording technique, which is a lot of fun.
Cause I'm a loser like a bruiser. There's no way.
So if we kind of blend it in.
Cause I'm a loser like a bruiser. There's no way. Cause I'm a loser like a bruiser. There's no way.
It adds just a little bit more like top end. Not top end, but like a little bit more presence because it has that whispery kind of push to it. And you can use this to blend it in.
Cause I'm a loser like a bruiser. There's no way. There's nothing more. What are you waiting for? I can't lose another time. I leave it all behind. You better not too bad against me. You better put your ass up on the rail.
Brian King goes, do you have a video about how to tempo map? And I'm going to guess you were trying to type in a cappella track. I do have a video on how to create a tempo map. It follows drums that were not recorded to a click, but you could do the very same or very similar kind of thing on any kind of track. Really, it's like how to make a tempo map in Studio One. With the one I did was, like I said, it was using drums. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Hang on, audio, tempo map. Booyah. Let's see. How can I open this? I want to make sure, don't make any noise. What I want to do is I'm going to share. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to jump back to you guys. And then I'm going to go like that. I'm going to say, there you go. I say to you, you can watch this video that's coming up in chat in a second. Or it may have already come up. I don't know. Yeah, an acapella track. Okay. Robert Atkins, vocoder and everything. Yeah. Hey, Spiritbox did it on the song. First band I heard in a while since Wolf. So what else? Back in, I'm scrolling up a little. So Mika Han went back in the day, and I'll talk to you guys like this. Back in the day, of classic recordings we all revere, there were no vocal compressors or vocal EQs. They were just compressors and EQs that you plugged in with actual cables. Yes, and that's kind of what we're going over today is like, yes, things are built as like, okay, Howard Benson vocals. Obviously, he created it because of his vocal sound that he gets in his mixes. It's built on EQ and compression. It's built on delays and reverb. It's got a limiter in it. It also has some other little tricks like the width and the multiplier in there, which is like an offset. I forget exactly what it is. I watched the video, but I can't exactly remember what all of the things are. I used a guitar plugin, or a plugin that was geared towards guitars on my kick drum. This one, the amplified instrument processor from Cornef Audio. This is built for guitars. Yes, we could have used it on our guitars. We can still use it on our guitars if we want. But I use it on a kick drum because it has EQ in it and it has a compressor in it. And that's what I wanted to use. And that's what I wanted. And I wanted to do some signal processing, which is like, essentially it's like saturation. If we go to the back of this thing, click on the back of it. It's a little tube saturation on our kick drum. But actually I'm going to change it to be tape saturation. Why not? Tape inspired. Yeah. Also don't mind that it's spinning. Let's do some oversampling. Come on, there it goes. Now our kick drum's going to sound slightly different, but who cares? We used Soothe and a de-esser on our overheads. De-essers for getting the S's out of your vocals, in theory, but really it's a high frequency dependent, not a high frequency filtered compressor. Why not? Why not? Limiters on our drum bus, on our guitar bus, on our vocals. We've put limiters on anything, on a lot of our buses. We put plus 20 dB on the top end of our sound effects track, which is like reverse cymbals and things like that. We stole our settings, so all of our vocals are getting 20 some odd dB of gain reduction. Music to Motion, join Midnight Bar if you can. Music to Motion, that T-minus 40 minutes until Midnight Bar. There is the link. I'm actually going to click it myself. Nope, never mind. I am going to copy that link myself. Hang on. There. Okay. I now have the link. I needed to do it in a different browser. Blind PC Guy just recently got Sphere. Interested to learn. Blind PC Guy, we're thrilled to have you. We're thrilled to teach. Come hang out. You can join us at the Midnight Bar, which happens after the show in about 45 minutes. I have a ton of videos out there going over a ton of Studio One stuff, and there's a bunch of other channels out there. We're all friends. But thanks for coming and hanging out. I use guitar plugins on synths. Cool results. Yes, why not? They're guidelines, but once you learn the basics, you can do things. You can break the rules. You can do things that are not suggested. You can push the limits. You can push the limiter. There's so many things you can do. You don't have to just do yes, I totally get it. I'm going to talk to you guys. I totally get it. When you're starting out, be gentle. You're still learning what these things are doing. But as you get that experience and as you grow as a artist, as you grow as a mixer, as you grow as a mastering engineer, as you grow as a producer, push the limits. Find out what these things can do. Find out how this thing can work on this other thing. Blind PC Guy, thanks for joining the Discord. Anybody else? Go ahead and join the Discord. Link is in the description below. And I know that because it buzzes on my watch when somebody joins the Discord. So I appreciate you joining. Thank you so much, Blind PC Guy. Studio One is so weird. I found it works better on my low-end MacBook than on my Windows PC. Blind PC Guy, you might need to do some Windows optimization to make things run a little bit better. There's differences, there's quirks to each system. There's not one that's better, one that's better than the other. So you might just need to do a couple things on your PC. Possibly. I'm guessing. I don't know, man. Then again, you might not. Who knows? Let's see. Music to motion might have something to do with the number of channels you are working with in a CPU. Okay. Oops, that was meant for blind PC guy, but he tagged the wrong guy, but that's cool. What streaming software do you use and cam? So I'm using OBS. Standard OBS with a bunch of different plugins that I've added that help me out. One is how I do all the transitions where it goes and it like slides over, because that's not a normal transition. Hey, look at that. Join the Discord. So I also have my chat right here. I can see when people donate and subscribe. That's all popped up on here. I can see my mixer and a whole bunch of different things. So I'm using standard OBS to stream. I have a 2-machine setup. Actually, right now in this room, I have 5 different computers. There's one down there. There's this thing here. There's the Studio One machine that you guys are looking at. I'm talking to you guys on another one, and I have another machine underneath that one. I've got 5 computers around here. I do lots of different things, all right? And so, yes, I use OBS. The camera for a long time, I was using the built-in camera on this machine, and it is a laptop. I was just using the built-in camera, but I've since changed it to a Logitech webcam. And then eventually, again, I'm going to upgrade it to a mirrorless camera. And then honestly, what I'm doing for a bunch of the other ones, like how around here, you can see another live camera, or if I come into here and I give you guys fader cam, which is not running at the moment for some reason. Let's try unplugging and replugging, and maybe that will work. Wait for it. There. This camera right here. It's an iPhone 6S. Usually oh, I forgot to turn it off. Trying to Discord. When you guys see me on my produced videos, that's an old iPhone. It's not there now. I had to take it down. But when I was doing the drum stuff last week, that's on a Samsung phone. Yeah, the one that does I can't do it without going mute. Like I have a bunch of old phones that are my cameras, and I just use some different softwares or some different freewares to get them into this machine. So I have all these different looks. Bob Studios, how can I be a rock and roll star at 65 years old? Write awesome songs and release them. Don't worry about them. Don't try and perfect them. Write your songs, release them. Write your songs, release them. Just get the material out there and work it. Work it, Bops. Come on, man. But promote it as well. Write your songs, release them. Don't overthink it. Just get them out there. Make sure that they're good, solid songs, and promote them. And keep doing it, and keep doing it, and keep doing it. And if I was, what should I do with all the money? Then what you should do is give it all to me for giving you this sound career advice. Invest it. I don't know, invest it in yourself. Invest it in yourself so you can get better equipment and record better songs and they sound better, and it keeps going up and up and up because all your production value keeps going up and up. And then give 10% to your buddy Tim. Music in Motion dropped the Discord link. Thank you for doing that earlier. Let's see. I'm catching up with Blind PC Guy. He's got Sphere. So he has Studio One 5 Pro because that comes with your Sphere membership. And a Tascam 1608. Cool. I haven't used those, but I am aware of them. The biggest thing I can't change, sample rate is stuck at 256. Blind PC Guy, I think I saw your post about that. That sounds, if I remember correctly, I don't remember if Tascam has their own control software. I have a UA Apollo, so I can pull open the console and I can change some stuff in here. There it is. But this doesn't really change the the playback speed or anything like that, any like buffer. In Studio One, you already looked at it, is changing your block size. You said you're locked at 256. I would check here if there is this control panel button for your Tascam to see if you can, to see if you can change your buffer size there, or your block size, excuse me. So, woo, goodness, that might be a place for you to look, Blind PC Guy. 256, well, 256, it depends. It is USB. If I drop down to 256, my computer might not be happy right now. My round trip is now 12. And I'm going to bump it back up because we're mixing, so we don't need that right now. So I would check your control panel to see if you can access that. Otherwise, you might have to go into the actual Windows settings for your machine. I was talking to you guys over here. You might have to go into the Windows settings of your machine and adjust the connection and the properties of that device there. It trickled down. Yeah, Bob, you have to do all of the work to help all of us get all of the toys we want. That's what you can do with all the money when you become a rock star. Thomas wants his guitar. Bob, you have a week. By this time next week, Thomas better have that guitar. Hey, man, I would have given you 2 weeks, but it's him. He's the one who's telling you it's a week. The best advice is to continue making more and more music, and it opens up more and more opportunities and possibly builds a huge library of songs that get on TV and film. Yes, just get your songs, just record them, get them out there, work on the next one. Like, yes, I will admit I've done it plenty of times and I still do it now. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to the stuff that I am trying to put out. And I think too much about it. And then I always have to like take a step back, maybe even go grab a cup of coffee or whatever it is, and just slow down, step back, and listen to it as a listener. And not as the artist, not as the producer, not as the mixer. Listen to it as the listener. And if the listener wouldn't find these things, they're not going to find these things. So release your song. The menu's grayed out. They do, but it's super bare bones. Yeah, on the Mac, it's just inside Studio One. It's interesting. Also check some forums, Blind PC Guy. There might be some other people who are using it that are able to adjust that the block size. But since I don't have one, I can't really give you the best advice right now. Sorry. Ooh, yay, more. Thank you for the super chat from Music to Motion, because we're breaking the rules. Thank you, bud. I see it come in before it hits my text, or the chat box. Sounds like locked rate by the converter. Yeah, it could be. Again, it's certainly interesting. 256 ain't bad, but yeah, but if you're drumming, maybe it's off by just enough. Again, you know, I'm using Thunderbolt and not USB, so the data transfer speeds are a little bit faster. Maybe it's closer to 20 milliseconds for him at 256. I'm totally guessing. I don't know. But I can understand where he's coming from, though. My optic nerve didn't fully develop. I still have some vision, just not very good. That's cool, man. Your ears work, and that's the important part. Because when you're making music, just gotta make sure it sounds good. Well, I track while drumming, and the latency throws me off. Yeah, exactly. I hear you, man. Okay. We have a couple things in common then. I'm not a normal vision type. Well, Music to Motion is just not normal in general, so that's a blanket. Oh, Thomas gets a Squire. Yay! Hey, man. Squire P bass. That's fine for me. It gets the job done. That's what I'm saying. All we do is demos and throw on DistroKid, right? Yeah, it's insane. Well, the MacBook Air has dual core i3. PC has a Ryzen 2400G. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I'm sure we'll find some help for you, blind PC guy, and figure out the block size on your PC. But I mean, if you're doing stuff on your Mac and you are recording, can't really complain about that right now because you're getting stuff done. So far, it seems like using the MacBook Air is the best option. Exactly. Yep. Oh, did Ziggy knock out? Because Ziggy's the host of the Midnight Bar. Midnight Bar is going to happen in half an hour. It's 11:30 now. So, Music to Motion, go ahead and drop the link in. And Ziggy's there. He's awake. Okay, good. If you guys go ahead and drop the link in, if you guys want to, there's always a follow-up show after this one. It's called the Midnight Bar with Ziggy. It's got Music to Motion and a bunch of other people, like everybody who's hanging out here. You're more than welcome to come join. I usually pop in for a few minutes, say, hey, thanks for coming by the show this evening, etc., etc. So you guys, everybody is very welcome to join. You're very welcome, Ziggy. Everybody's welcome to join the Midnight Bar. You're welcome to join the Discord, where it's a growing community. We talk mixed feedback, video suggestions, just general talk. Like there was subjects about stuff today, and there was like some of the guys in the Discord were talking about some plugins that I've never heard of that I'm totally going to research. I think I already said it, but throw out video ideas for video suggestions. Just there's a lot of cool people in the Discord. We're growing it, and we appreciate anybody else joining us there. Did you guys learn stuff tonight? You guys feel like rebels? They broke the rules tonight? Like that's yeah, I feel strong. I broke the rules. And talk Dante. Yes. You know, I think 2 weeks ago we were talking about audio over IP and Dante in the Midnight Bar. Because why not? Was it that, or was it? Oh, Ziggy, that might have been one of the Studio One meetups. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Music to Motion learned that he's going to break more rules. You're all now officially rule breakers. You're all going to jail. I couldn't think of a word. It took me a second to think of something. With the rebel yell, Dante, and the other one, ABS. AVB. AVB. Bob Studios is going to join the Discord, and it's a good show. Bob's, thanks for coming and hanging out. Again, thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate everybody coming and learning stuff. Use plugins that are built for one thing on something else. Find out what it does. They're all relatively based around the same principles. In the digital world. Gain staging, we kind of crushed that one because you can turn it up and you can turn it up and you can turn it up and then you can turn it down and you can turn it down and you can turn it down, and it's going to be the same thing. There was minor changes for us here because my send to you guys. Meh. If I really wanted, I could have put a bus after the bus and then just cranked one thing up and one thing down, and it would have been the same exact thing. So gain staging in the digital world, just turn it down. It's totally cool. When you get to the analog world, that's where things get weird. But in the digital world, do it. Go have fun. Break the rules. Make it loud. I shall now be on a DK on mixing. Okay, so Music to Motion. Once again, if you didn't already, I think you did a few minutes ago, drop a link to the Midnight Bar, so that if anybody wants, they can go and join the Midnight Bar and talk with other Studio One users. I am going to say thanks for coming and hanging out on a Friday night. I appreciate you guys spending some time with me. Enjoy your weekends. And I will see you all next week, if I don't see you, at the Midnight Bar. All right? Have a great weekend. Good night.